People who've seen my channel for some time would probably know that this video was bound to happen. So, why is Portugal and Macau shipped? Well, first of all, they are introduced by Portugal exclaiming how happy he is that Macau invited him for tea. Tea dates are practically included in the dynamic of this pairing. Now, some might wonder why Macau calls Portugal Mr. Portugal. He is introduced as the mature man. Calling someone formally is an example of being mature. Macau says he's happy that Portugal arrived despite his busy schedule, so yeah, our boy has priorities. Macau says that he invited Portugal so that he can relax and gets concerned about Portugal if he strains himself. Portugal, maybe for the first time, appears serious and apologizes for causing distress in Macau's life. Quote, distress. Portugal blames himself because he lost to England and now Hong Kong is a top trading port. And then Macau says that it's fine and tells Portugal that Hong Kong is like his little brother. And what does this chapter conclude besides Macau being an amazing brother? Well, Portugal and Macau equally care as much as for the other. And Portugal only appears to be serious when it's about Macau. They also canonically have tea parties, and when you look at how far Portugal and Macau is, then as I said earlier, Port has priorities. And yes, the two have been friends for a long time now, which is since the 1500s. The manga expands their friendship by making a scene where Portugal tells Macau that they are a dream team, in which Macau responds by being reasonably concerned because a debris just hit him. Also, why haven't we called the ship Dream Team? It kinda sounds like the Minecraft Dream Team, but it could also be called the Immaculate Dream Team. Yeah, that kind of sounds nice, so I'm gonna call them the Immaculate Dream Team. Anyways, Netherlands bursts in saying, this is my chapter now. Basically, Portugal then gets trapped in his own world where he forgets that he's literally encouraging Netherlands to beat him. Basically, it makes sense because he's part of the Iberian duo. Then the Netherlands says, give me Macau, which causes Portugal to snap back into reality. Again, he gets serious when it's about Macau. It's nice to see that he doesn't say, Macau's my colony. He says Macau is his best friend, showing how their friendship is important. Then the Portuguese-Dutch wars take place, and Portugal gets a darker look on his face. Anyways, since this is the 1500s, I think Portugal wins since Macau got its independence from Portugal during the 1900s, 1999. The chapter ends with Portugal having regrets and then Macau trying to cheer him up. Portugal obviously values Macau as his best friend, and Macau also cares about him. They've also smiled at each other, and considering Hetalia, this is something very interesting to see. In my opinion, this may be Portugal's most normal relationship yet, or let's just say civil. It has also come to my attention that this pairing is also known as Portcow. Interesting, since it sounds a little bit better than Portmac. Also, they're called egg tart combo because Macau's egg tart became more Portuguese when you sprinkle it with cinnamon. Brings me to my next point. In the very same blog, I think it's the 2011 blog, Himaruya says that the relationship between Portugal and Macau is seen in their cuisine. In Volume 4 of Hetalia World Stars, the relationship is described like Macau's food, which is primarily eaten in Southern Europe, Portuguese-style duck, etc., and culture that is usually arranged in Southern Europe, are skillfully adapted and every day is spent beautifully. Now, I couldn't find the source, although this is shown in the Heta archives for the relationship between the two, so I'd have to trust them. For Portugal's bio, two exclamation marks are seen next to the words his Macau, and this is Portugal's bio, so they were kind of emphasizing this point in the relationship. The people who make content for this pairing, true fan art, usually show Macau having one-sided romantic feelings for Portugal, and some, if not all, take place in the actual Hetalia universe. Some have them have dinner dates and sorta emphasizing the gap between continents. I like the thought that Portugal wasn't devastated when he let Macau go because the aftermath of Macau's handover to China resulted in Macau's tourism to grow bigger, which allowed the country to have a better economy. Also after the handover, Portugal's empire ended. This series seems to make sense since it's canonical that Portugal cares more about domestic issues, and he did feel guilty for Macau still being his colony. Macau is said to be a pretty good brother. I'm not saying that Portugal and Spain are brothers, but it's cute if Macau manages to make Portugal have a much more better relationship with Spain. They are also one of the few pairings that act really civil to each other, and I feel like the dynamic is like the mature one next to the sarcastic one. But you decide. Also, Macau was the only colony that stayed with Portugal until 1999, so that's cute. Now, I would have more historical stuff to this video, but since it's already extremely long, whether you hate it or ship it, it parallels Chongyun's relationship with Zinkyu because even as platonic friends, they still have a cute relationship. Basically, the video ends.